Hey everybody, it's Craig with Smartphone Emmy. Today we're going to have a face-off between Samsung's Fascinate and HTC's Droid Incredible, both currently being offered by Verizon. They're both dual-band CDMA, EVDO Rev A 3G. The Fascinate weighs in at 116 grams, so it's very light, very similar in design to the original Galaxy S. Build quality, high-grade plastic on the front. Got a nice metal rim that encompasses the entire perimeter of the phone. And on the back, it's plastic. It's not a high-grade plastic, but it's molded so tightly to the frame of the phone that it makes the phone feel very solid in your hand. On the bottom, you've got a microphone. Left-hand side is the volume rocker up and down. On top is a micro USB port with its little door, 3.5mm headphone jack, and on the right-hand side is the power and lock key. On the Droid Incredible, it weighs in at 130 grams. Build quality, high-grade plastic on the top and sides. And on the back is a nice rubberized texture coating with a neat little red and chrome-looking metal accent around the camera. Taking a look around the Incredible, on the bottom is the microphone. On the left-hand side is your micro USB port along with the volume rocker. On top is your power and lock key as well as your 3.5mm headphone jack. On the back of the Fascinate, you've got a 5-megapixel camera with LED flash, autofocus, touch focus, face and smile detection, as well as geotagging, and it shoots HD quality video at 720p at 30 frames per second. Underneath the battery cover is a 1500 milliamp battery. It also has a micro SD card slot underneath the battery cover. The battery does not need to be removed to replace or exchange the micro SD card. On the back of the Droid Incredible, you have an 8-megapixel camera with dual LED flash, autofocus, smile detection, as well as geotagging, and it also shoots HD quality video at 720p. Battery under the battery cover on the Incredible is a 1300 milliamp battery rated at 5 hours and 15 minutes of talk time, as well as a micro SD card slot. You do not need to remove the battery to replace or exchange micro SD cards as well. Alright, on the front of these two phones, on the Fascinate, you've got a 4-inch Super AMOLED capacitive touch display showing 480 by 800 pixels, offers multi-touch and accelerometer sensor as well as a proximity sensor, and just below the display you have 4 touch-sensitive keys, search key, back key, home key, as well as a main menu key. On the Droid Incredible, you have a 3.7-inch AMOLED capacitive touch display showing 480 by 800 pixels, offers multi-touch, accelerometer sensor, as well as a proximity sensor. And again, you have 4 touch-sensitive keys, search key, back key, menu key, and home key, as well as an optical trackball for navigation. As far as memory is concerned, on the Fascinate, you've got a 1.55 gigabytes of internal storage along with 325 megabytes of RAM. Also, memory can be expanded an additional 32 gigabytes through the use of micro SD cards. On the Droid Incredible, you've got 8 gigabytes of internal storage along with 512 megabytes of RAM. And again, memory can be expanded an additional 32 gigabytes through the use of micro SD cards. Both of the phones offer Wi-Fi BG and N. The Fascinate also supports DNLA. Both of the phones offer Bluetooth. The Fascinate version 3 with support for A2DP. The Incredible version 2.1 with support for A2DP. Both of the phones have GPS with support for AGPS. Both of the phones can be used as Wi-Fi hotspots. Both of them tether up to 5 devices simultaneously. Processor on the Fascinate is the ARM Cortex A8 1 gigahertz Hummingbird processor. Boy, easy for me to say. On the Incredible, it's the Qualcomm Snapdragon 1 gigahertz processor. Operating system on the Fascinate is Android 2.1 with Samsung's TouchWiz 3.0 user interface. And on the Incredible, it's Android 2.2 Froyo with HTC Sense UI overlay. All right, let's take a little closer look at the user interface on these two smartphones. The Fascinate again runs Android 2.1 Eclair, has Samsung's TouchWiz 3.0 UI overlay, and the Droid Incredible runs Android 2.2 Froyo with HTC Sense UI overlay. And basically what that means on both of these phones, you're going to get 7 different panels that you can customize with widgets, bookmarks, folders, contact information, or application shortcuts. Let's take a look at some of the widgets and compare between the two phones. This is your clock widget on the Fascinate and the Incredible. Your calendar widget, it's a calendar clock on the Fascinate, and you've got your calendar, your monthly outlay on the Incredible. Tapping on both of them will they act as direct shortcuts to the application, as you can see. This is a weather widget on both of them. And again, this tracks one city, and on the HTC it tracks as many as you'd like. This is the networking widget. They both operate the same way. They both sync into Facebook, Twitter, and MySpace. On the Fascinate here, we've got a active applications widget. It tells you how many applications you currently have running, and tapping on it will take you to the Samsung Touch UI. What's the word I want? I just want brain dead. Hang on. There it is. Task Manager. Whew! Sorry about that, folks. The bookmark widget on the Incredible, which they don't have on the Fascinate. They also have a music player widget on the Incredible that they don't have on the Fascinate. Then you have your Buddies Now, basically, which is your favorites on a particular screen, or favorites widget. Anyway, whew, got through it. That's a look at the different widgets. Let's take a look at the main menus on both of the phones. They both have 4 across on the Incredible. They slide up and down. On the Fascinate, they slide back and forth. And again, you can touch on one of the buttons up at the top and take yourself directly to it. If you want to remove a panel, there's this little gear here, and I'll show that to you also on the main screen when we look at the shortcuts. So let's take a look at the shortcuts. And again, on the Incredible, when you're in the home screen, tapping on the home key will bring up an overview of all 7 of the different panels. So it acts as a shortcut. You can squeeze it back together to get back to the screen you'd like. On the Fascinate, you'll notice you get these 7 keys up here at the top. Tapping on one will take you directly to that panel, as you can see. And then if you want to remove a panel, you tap on that little gear. It'll take you, give you an overlay of your 7 different panels, and you can remove a panel that way as well. Okay, both of the phones multitask. Both of the phones multitask. Holding down the home key will open up the Task Manager. On the Fascinate, something that's new. It's Eclair 2.1, so you're only going to get 6 different applications or recent apps, but you get the Samsung Task Manager, which is kind of cool. It shows you your current summary, how much RAM you have available, how much is being used, amount of space for programs, as well as your SD card, and also it gives you an opportunity to end programs, which is pretty slick. With the new Froyo Android 2.2, you now get 8 recent applications, and again, tapping on any one of them will take you directly to that application. Let's take a look at your notification bar on both, because they're a little bit different. Again, you can see on the Incredible, I've got some emails that I haven't taken a look at yet. I can tap directly on one of those, go directly to that application. I can hit clear and clear them all, or I can simply close it and it will give me the status of my notifications in the upper left-hand corner. On the Fascinate, you also get some shortcuts, which is pretty cool. You get a shortcut for Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, and airplane mode as well. So that's a look at the notification bars. As far as text input is concerned, one thing that's different on the Fascinate that is not on the Incredible is if you hold down on this, it'll open it up. You have swipe. And here's a look at your swipe keyboard. Call John on Tuesday. Yeah, I got pretty close. Called Cask Join I'm Tuesday. I guess I wasn't very close at all. One of the things that is pretty neat, though, you also get the speech-to-text on the swipe keypad as well. Obviously, as well as I do, I should probably use that more often. There's a look at the text input, and there's a quick look at the user interface on these 2 smartphones.